Hey!
I would like to thank everyone for joining us this evening and celebrating the accomplishments of these fine men and women. Sergeant Tatum, present the 40th Police Recruit Class.
Ready? Move!
I would now like to call Police Chaplain, Lieutenant Colonel Father David Murphy, to the podium for the invocation.
Let us pray. Loving God, we are here to celebrate the graduation of this 40th Academy class. We hold dear to our hearts this fraternity of policing. We encourage each other, watch over and care for one another. So we ask you to be with us and grace our celebration with your loving presence and spirit. This we make our prayer. Amen.
Thank you, Father Murphy. I would now like to introduce the honored guest joining us on stage this evening. Newcastle County Executive, the Honorable Thomas P. Gordon. Chief of the Newcastle County Police, Colonel Elmer M. Setting. Chief of the Middletown Police, Chief Daniel Yeager. The Attorney General for the great state of Delaware, Attorney General Matthew Dent. Chief of the Delaware City Police Department, Chief David Baylor. Commandant Anthony Puella, Commandant, Delaware Military Academy. And Newcastle County Police Chaplain, Lieutenant Colonel Father David Murphy. Also joining us in the audience this evening are several distinguished guests. The list is quite lengthy, so please hold your applause until the end. Chief Administrative Officer for Newcastle County, Mr. David Grimaldi. Thank you for coming, sir. Chief Administrative Officer, Samuel Guy. Chief of Staff, Mr. James McDonald. Chief Human Resources Officer, Christine Dunning. Chief Financial Officer, Michael Coop. Sheriff for Newcastle County, Trinidad Navarro. County Attorney, Bernard Pepicai. Director of Communications, Antonio Prado. Manager of Risk Management, Cheryl McDonough. From the Newcastle County Row Offices, Recorder of Deeds, Michael Kazakowski. From Newcastle County Council, Councilman Joseph Retta. Councilman George Smiley. Councilman David Tackett. And Councilman William Bell. Several dignitaries joining us this evening include Brendan Mackey, representing U.S. Senator Chris Coons. Mayor Stanley E. Green from Delaware City. Mayor Steve Berg from Ellesmere. House Majority Leader, Representative Valerie Longhurst. From the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Special Agent in charge of the Wilmington office, Special Agent Jeff Rising is with us this evening. Chief Laura Giles from the Ellesmere Police Department is here. Major John Evans from the Delaware State Police. Major Jeffrey Evans. Major Melissa Zebley. And Major Hawkins from the Delaware State Police are joining us. Thank you all for coming. Also represented here this evening is the Philadelphia Police Department with Officer Kenneth Scott from their Recruiting and Academy Division from the Philadelphia Police Department, Chief Pat Ogden from the University of Delaware Police Department, Chief Gerald Simpson from New Garden Township is also here. And I apologize if I missed anybody. With so many people in attendance, it's hard to keep track of everybody sometimes. But either way, thank you very much for all taking time out of your very busy schedules and celebrating the accomplishments of these fine young men and women this evening. I would now like to call Colonel Elmer M. Setting, Chief of the Newcastle County Police, to the podium for some opening remarks.
Thank you, Ben. The house lights are down and the stage lights are up, so I can't see anything. I asked Lieutenant Feldman not to recognize my command staff, as I feel that that's a privilege for me. You don't move 370 county police officers around a jurisdiction of 400 square miles by yourself. And even though I can't see them, hopefully I don't miss anybody. But please rise when you hear your name called. Major Matthew Jameson, Administrative Branch Commander. Major Vaughn Bond, Operations Branch Commander. Captain Patrick Crowell, Research Development and Technology. Captain Laura O'Sullivan, Patrol Commander. Co-Commander in Patrol, Captain Robert McLucas. Now I'm doing this off memory because I can't see, but Captain Quentin Watson, Special Operations. Captain Wendy Feeser, my Chief of Detectives. Thank you all. Did I miss anybody? Just Doug Merle, and that's funny because he's the training coordinator responsible for tonight. Thank you, Captain Merle. They are a group of talented and dedicated men and women. It takes all hands on deck approach to be a successful community police department. I'd like to recognize the Emergency Medical Chief, Chief Larry Tan, our Communications Chief, Jeff Miller, and from the Office of Emergency Management, I believe Dave Carpenter's over there. Thank you all for coming. There's other people in the audience tonight, that we've recognized the dignitaries, but I want to point out the level of commitment from our retirees who come year after year, class after class, not knowing any of the people on the stage, but still wanting to be part of the community policing and the county police family. I'll ask all retirees that have served Newcastle County to please rise and be recognized. Other people that have, again, most of us are here because have some sort of obligation to the agency or the young men and women that are sitting on this stage. But many people come of their own volition simply to support the mission and to support the county police. Two of my brothers are here. My oldest brother, Jim Setting, and his wife. My youngest brother, Thomas Setting, and his wife. And again, they just come out and support my beautiful wife, who's been coming out to these things for 20 years, my youngest daughter, Georgia. They're all here, and it's just a matter of a true community police department being supported by so many different people at once. If you look around the room, it's actually impressive that there are no empty chairs left by the time these things are over. It's standing room only. It's an interesting time in policing, and I've recognized a lot of people out there, and I'd like to talk about the people that are up on this stage. For starters, the men and women that have chosen, the 5 that have chosen to serve in the Middletown Police Department, and the 26 that have chosen to put on the county police uniform. When you talk about duty and service, dedication and courage, that's what it takes, not just to get up onto this stage, but to accept the badge and the duty of vigilance that comes with it. There has never been a more dangerous time in the United States to be a police officer. We are looking at statistics from the FBI that reveal more police officers have been ambushed and killed by gunfire in the last 2 years than in the history of the United States, including the bloody cocaine wars of the 1970s and early 80s. So if you don't think it takes courage to sit up here and not know what you're going to face, but accept the reality that it may happen, I say that speaks volumes about courage. And I am so proud of this class, and I'm proud of their commitment and everything that they've gone through just to be here. A little later in the program, you're going to see a short film, a glimpse of their life. It's a 6-minute film. You'll see them tasered, gassed, driving police cars, shooting guns, fighting for their lives. And that's a 6-minute film. They did this for 10 to 15 hours every day for the last 6 months, just to get ready to come out and serve Newcastle County. As police departments across the United States try to struggle in the wake of Ferguson, Missouri, it's difficult. The world has changed. Policing has changed. These agencies are attempting to diversify their ranks. They're retraining. They're reviewing policy and practice. They're opening veins of communication to churches, schools, and communities. The Newcastle County Police are doing none of these things, not because we're derelict in our duties or blind in the future of policing, but because we've been doing these things for 25 years. We were a community police department when Colonel Tom Gordon hired me, and I came in on the 15th class. We're still a community police department a quarter of a century later. We already have open lines of communication with our communities. We already treat people with dignity and respect that they deserve. We carry ourselves as professionals, and we are a full-service agency that has been invested in by this county executive with unswerving dedication. It's very simple to run a police department with an attrition rate. To be perfectly honest, it's not safe, but it saves money. We have not run the police department at an attrition rate at all. We have had back-to-back academies over the 2 years that I've been the chief, and have hired 109 police officers in an attempt to compensate for the attrition rate. I just want to take a minute to recognize someone who realizes the importance of public safety, our County Executive, Tom Gordon. Thank you, sir. I go back to the men and women that are sitting on the stage just to point out that 29 Academy recruits walked in to the Lieutenant Joe Zerba Police Academy 6 months ago. 26 walked out. Not everyone makes it. So if you do know someone on this stage, I think now is as good a time as any to show them that you are grateful for their service and for accepting the challenge of being a Middletown and/or Newcastle County police officer. Thank you. It's so unusual to see people that are not self-serving. It's very refreshing to see people willing to go and serve others. You certainly don't get rich doing this job, but here they are. And it's impressive to me, and I'm so grateful for their service. I'd also like to take a moment to say thank you for my opportunity to serve, not just as your chief, but to have served this county and this country. It's a proud moment each time I step up here. It's been a proud time to serve the citizens of this Newcastle County and this state. I thank everybody as I welcome our County Executive, Tom Gordon.
Good evening, everybody. And I've got a few points I hope I can remember to make. As you get old, you'd probably be better off writing a speech. But I would like a round of applause for the Delaware Military Academy that did that great rendition. Now, last week we had a paramedic graduation, and I learned that we had a drum and bugle corps. And it was the first time I learned that we had it. They played tonight, and I also want to give them a round of applause. I think that they sounded fabulous. I start by saying I'm very proud of our management team in public safety. Elmer, Colonel, you've done it again. You've put out a tremendous class, and I want to congratulate. I had to bring Michael Tarrant over tonight to do the math. It's been 39 years since I was sitting there, so I'm not going to tell you I have any idea what you're going through. But I will tell you that the little bit of intelligence that's shared with me from the Colonel is things are a lot different these days, and what you're going to be facing is going to be a lot tougher and a lot more dangerous and a lot more brutal than I had to go through. And we'll stand and make sure that you have the best equipment and the best technology and the best safety and many people as we can give you to keep your life safe, and hope that you end your career as you started it tonight. healthy. I would also like to congratulate our new Attorney General. Matt Dent, for 2 months, has been a partner with every police department and every police officer, and it has been such an enlightening change to have him speak tonight. So I'm going to forego some of my comments so that we can hear from such a distinguished, active, wonderful Attorney General. So I'm going to turn it over to Attorney General. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Well, I'm 9 weeks and 2 days on the job, and I think there ought to be some proportionality between how long you've been in the law enforcement community and how long you talk at an event like this, so I'm going to try to keep it pretty short. I haven't had a chance to work in this short amount of time very much with the Middletown Department, but I have had a chance to work quite a bit with the county police, and one thing that I wanted to be sure to say to this graduating class is what an extraordinary department you are about to be entering. And even in this short amount of time, the amount of professionalism and expertise and skill and commitment that I've had the opportunity to see in the Newcastle County Police, from the very top of the ranks right straight through to the men and women who are working out on the street, has been incredibly impressive. So you are entering in, and you've probably recognized this already, you are entering into a department that is just top of the line in terms of its quality and the services that it offers to its community. There's already been mention of all of the other departments that are here tonight, and again, I think the time and the lighting didn't permit us to recognize all the departments that are here, but even walking in through the parking lot tonight, I saw cars from what must have been a dozen different police departments, and I also wanted to thank all the other law enforcement professionals who are here tonight. One of the other terrific things about starting in this job is seeing the incredibly close-knit law enforcement community that we have in this state, and the degree of support that our different departments show for one another, and how seamlessly they work together. So I very much appreciate you being here as well. To the families, to the moms and dads and husbands and wives and significant others and kids of the officers who are starting tonight, I wanted to thank you as well. Commitment to working in this line of work is a family commitment, and the time away from home and the worry that goes with that. And Colonel Senning spoke very eloquently to how dangerous this job can be. That falls on the entire family. And I want to thank you for making it possible for these individuals to serve in this job. It's something that affects the entire family, and that absence from the house and the shift work, everyone bears that. So thank you very much for your commitment as well. And finally, because I did say I'd be short, I did see, before the lights went down, I saw that there were a number of kids here today, and I assume that some of those kids are children of these officers, nieces, nephews, and I hope that you recognize what extraordinary work your moms and dads are going into. And these are truly heroes, and you ought to be very, very proud of them, and I suspect that you are. But this is great work and honorable work that they are entering, and you should be proud of them. And once again, to the new recruits, we're very thankful for what you do, and we're very proud of you, and thank you very much for letting me be a part of this tonight.
Thank you, Attorney General. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker this evening is a man of great vision and accomplishment. Commandant Anthony Puella was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. After graduating from Thomas McCain High School in 1992, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, where he served on the USS Constellation as a member of the MARDET anti-terrorist unit. This unit was directly responsible for the safety and welfare of the Admiral. After his honorable discharge in 1996, Mr. Puella attended Wilmington University, where he obtained his Bachelor's of Science degree in Behavioral Science and his Master's of Science degree in School Leadership. Mr. Puella began his career in education at George V. Kirk Middle School in 1997 as a safety liaison officer, where he was the direct link between the school and police departments while investigating school crimes. In 1999, Mr. Puella was recognized nationally for his work in helping Kirk being named as a top safe school in the nation. In 2003, Mr. Puella left Kirk Middle School for the newly founded Delaware Military Academy as their athletic director and dean of cadets. After establishing a full complement of successful athletic programs and instituting a safe environment that was conducive to learning, Mr. Puella was promoted in 2011 to Commandant of the Delaware Military Academy, the position he currently holds. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please join me in welcoming Commandant Puella?
Before I start, I just have to say I am absolutely blown away. Tremendous. I'm just absolutely blown away with what I'm seeing here tonight. All the turnout of everyone here, I just couldn't be more thrilled to be here, and I thank you, Chief, for allowing me to be here. Good evening, and thank you, Lieutenant Feldman, for the warm introduction. Coincidentally, Lieutenant Feldman is a fellow of the 2015 Leadership Delaware class, and as a 2014 alum, I wish you the very best as you engage in a very informative and challenging year-long program. Good luck to you, Lieutenant. Thank you. County Executive Gordon, Chief Setting, Attorney General Matt Denn, Lieutenant Colonel Father Murphy, Chief David Baylor, uniformed officers, family, friends, and most importantly, the 31 graduates of the 40th Police Recruit Class. Please know that I am truly honored and consider it a great privilege to share in this special occasion with you. When I was asked to be your guest speaker, I was absolutely thrilled. Yet, I was a little curious. My initial reaction was to look over my shoulder to see if the chief was talking to someone else. Me? Really? I'm telling you, if someone had told my parents when I was 18 that one day I would serve as the commencement speaker for the 40th Police Recruit Class, I guarantee you they would have looked at you like something foreign was growing out of your forehead, followed by uncontrollable laughter that more than likely would have required some sort of medical attention. It's true. You can ask your FOP president, Master Corporal Michael Zielinski. He can verify this. You see, Mike and I grew up together, and I got to tell you, he wasn't much better. But fortunately, and as most folks do, we righted our ship and we steadied our course. Mike, I don't know where you are out there, but I'm very fortunate to have you as a friend, and I'm very proud of what we've accomplished thus far in our professional areas of interest. Thanks for all the good work you're doing representing the men and women in uniform here in Newcastle County. In any case, my intent here this evening is to share a couple of thoughts with you while keeping my remarks brief, as I'm quite sure, based on the way that you all entered this room, that you are chomping at the bit, ready to saddle up those Crown Vics and go fight some crime. I believe it's safe to say that over the past several months, we have all witnessed, in some form or fashion, the national attention in the press directed at law enforcement. Some good, some indicting. There are some folks out there that focus on isolated incidents that gain national notoriety in an attempt to convince others that the issues are systemic and occurring in every law enforcement agency across this great land. I don't buy it, and I feel confident that the majority of Americans feel the same way I do, and that is appreciative and thankful for all that you do. While I can't speak with certainty for the country at large, I can speak for the staff, Corps of Cadets, and families of the Delaware Military Academy. And I want you to know that we stand resolutely behind you and that we're grateful for your unwavering commitment to making Newcastle County a more safe and productive environment to reside in and raise a family. Thank you. I am particularly proud of two of our own graduating here tonight, Joshua Barnhart, DMA class of 2006, and Justin Evans, DMA class of 2010. Would you two gentlemen please stand? Josh, Justin, on behalf of the staff at DMA, please know that we're very proud of you and all that you've accomplished. Keep charging. You guys look phenomenal. Thank you. It is truly an honor to be in the presence of so many of Delaware's finest. are uniformed men and women who willfully and proudly choose a profession of duty and service to others. Congratulations, class number 40, and welcome to one of the noblest professions one can pursue, one of selfless sacrifice and public service. You have successfully met the demanding requirements to don the uniform and serve the Newcastle County Police Department in one of a variety of career paths. And no matter what path that may be, by virtue of wearing the badge, you will serve as an ambassador of one of the most important and necessary pillars of society. I'd like to share a couple of thoughts with you that I'm confidently you're abundantly aware of, but is certainly worth reinforcing. I do hope the following resonates with you in some form or fashion. Appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, your appearance is vitally important. I'm curious, how many of you gave my appearance a once-over this evening? Because I certainly did the same with you. As a Newcastle County police officer, you are a walking advertisement and marker for the department, revealing much about yourself. Your appearance offers any logically thinking person indicators of your character, very notably, what you think of yourself. Police officers typically are very skilled at deducing information from casual observation. You are, or will likely become, what some call technicians of the obvious. However, it's important to note that you do not have the market cornered in that regard, as many folks quite naturally possess the ability to make observations about others based on appearance alone. I'm told some of you have served in the military or are currently serving our country in the Guard or Reserve. I'm sure you would agree that one can read a military person's story by the ribbons he or she wears or on their uniform, where they've served, campaigns and wars they've participated in, along with courageous and meritorious actions demonstrated while in the performance of their duties. It's quite natural for people consciously and subconsciously to consider another's general appearance, dress, and demeanor. It's a basic human instinct, and commanding an understanding of it allows for us to always best prepare for our daily encounters in a manner appropriate for the organization we represent. In your case, it's the image you project with those you have sworn to serve and protect. When we look sharp, we know it, and we tend to feel more confident, proud, and ideally more productive. So always take pride in your appearance and be sharp mentally and physically every day in every way. All of you are now leaders in our communities, so let me take just a moment to talk to you about what I believe leadership is all about. First, leadership means not just doing things right, but doing the right thing, always. As police officers, you will have plenty of opportunities to show that you can conduct a patrol or properly investigate a crime. I know all of you will call in your training in these instances and do your jobs effectively. But there's so much more. I urge you not to just look for ways to make the grade, look for ways to make a difference. People look up to you, respond to you, and typically they will listen to you. You have quite the opportunity to positively influence people. Please don't be afraid to do so. Seek out opportunities to be a positive example in your unit and in our communities. For example, visit schools. You knew I was going to plug that one, Chief. And share with our youth the importance of service to others, whether it's in law enforcement or some other endeavor. Talk to them about the challenges and the rewards associated with it. Do well by doing good things. Don't just be great officers. Be good people. Leadership means doing what is hard. Leadership may require you to take on big assignments, challenging projects, and oftentimes work a little longer than others. All right, so you're going to work a lot longer than others, but you got to do it. Are the risks greater for doing it this way? Absolutely, but so are the rewards. It is indeed worth noting that what you do as police officers is not as easy as what some may do for a living, but it is one of those occupations that will always be rewarding. Leadership means setting a positive example. All of us in public service have a responsibility to not just carry the title, but to be worthy of it. You will have a good deal of authority granted to you as a police officer. Be sure to always use it wisely and accordingly. You should be very proud to be a law enforcement officer. Be the proper example for your teammates and all the dedicated men and women who have gone before you. For some of you, the decision to become a police officer is a family calling. Dads, moms, granddads, or perhaps some other family member who has served or is currently serving left a lasting impression that kindled desire in you to don the uniform. Very noble indeed. Respect the benefits that come with the title, but always reference your moral compass and the guiding principles for which you swore an oath to when engaging others. Always lead by example. Always be honorable and never compromise absolutes. Be a role model. Going forward, you will encounter challenging and difficult days. Use those challenges to strengthen your resolve and make you a better officer and leader in the communities you serve. It may occur to you that, in fact, most days are a challenge, but I'll bet those same days will be rife with opportunities to affect undesirable situations in a positive way. I encourage you to embrace those challenges where you have the opportunity to protect and comfort someone in their time of need. I'm confident you will. Over the past 27 weeks, you have been trained, educated, and prepared by an incredibly knowledgeable, skillful, and able staff comprised of instructors who take great pride in forging our future by churning out highly qualified police officers. Would the training staff please stand? If there's training staff. Oh, they're backstage. They're backstage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for these tremendous instructors who give so much to prepare young men and women for the rigors of law enforcement. Chief Setting, sir, you are a tremendous leader who has done an absolutely stellar job in training, equipping, and fielding a first-class police force while continuing to make Newcastle County a safe and thriving place to raise a family. Thank you for all that you do for the citizens of Newcastle County. Let there be no doubt that the Newcastle County Police Department just got a little stronger because of the professionalism and commitment to excellence that each of you surely will contribute to the rank and file. Never forget the mission, making our community safer through the professional delivery of police services while actively engaging in innovative problem-solving and cooperative partnerships. Each of you is a critical link to the successful execution of that mission. In closing, I ask that you consider a short letter I came across that perhaps you could have written as you reflect on your personal journey that has brought you to this moment. It read, "Dear past, thank you for the lessons. Dear future, I'm ready. Thank you, I congratulate you, keep your head on a swivel, remember your training, and Godspeed always."
Thank you, Commandant. Ladies and gentlemen, the 40th recruit class that sits before you is a unique group of the finest men and women. This graduating class was very special in a number of ways. Besides the 26 Newcastle County police recruits and 5 Middletown police recruits that will be receiving their badges this evening, we also have a chief of police that will be ceremoniously awarded his badge tonight. Shortly before the start of the 40th recruit class, Delaware City named a new chief of police, Mr. David Baylor. Chief Baylor, could you please come to the front of the podium? Chief Baylor retired from the Delaware State Police in 2005 after 23 years of service and obtaining the rank of major. After spending 8 years away from law enforcement, Chief Baylor returned to his calling of protecting and serving the citizens of our communities. Realizing policing had changed a great deal since his retirement and wishing to obtain a current Council on Police Training certification, Chief Baylor asked the Newcastle County Division of Public Safety to assist him in his training efforts. Chief Baylor has received over 600 hours of current police training and has completed several blocks of instruction and practical exercises with the 40th Police Recruit Class. I would now like to ask the Mayor of Delaware City, the Honorable Stanley Green, and Colonel Setting to join Chief Baylor at the front of the podium. Colonel Setting will present the badge to Chief Baylor. Congratulations, Chief, and thank you, Mayor Green. I would now ask Colonel Setting, Chief Yeager, County Executive Gordon, Attorney General Den, and Commandant Puella to please come to the stage for the pinning of the badges of the 40th recruit class. For those family members pinning badges this evening, please make your way down to the podium side of the stage.